The NL East champs, the Philadelphia Phillies, are in town with two-time National League MVP Bryce Harper right in the middle of that lineup. He is one of the many stars that will go up against Blue Jays starting pitcher Dylan Cease, who makes his debut in a Blue Jay uniform today.
Yeah, we were just telling you earlier, Dylan Cease signed the largest contract in franchise history, 7 years, $210 million. This will be his 8th major league season. The 6'2", 30-year-old struck out 215 batters over 168 innings. He is a strikeout artist, and he is bringing some big-time stuff along with that big-time contract. Interested to see what he looks like his first time out as a Blue Jay, and I guarantee you John Schneider is waiting with bated breath to get this guy in Toronto and see him strike out a lot of hitters.
It's been a long wait. The Blue Jays reportedly, or the reports came out late November that they had reached a deal and then officially signed him in early December. Here is Dylan Cease dealing to Justin Crawford, and the first pitch lands in there, strike one. How about 98 miles an hour on his first pitch of the spring?
Welcome to the Blue Jays.
High 90s four-seamer and the slider, the bread and butter for Cease. Just inside with a fastball. He does have a deeper mix, though. You'll see a curveball sometimes to lefty hitters like Crawford, also an occasional changeup. And then to righties, he can mix in a sinker and sweeper. But it's a lot of four-seamers and sliders. First slider we see from Dylan Cease. Skips near the back foot, 2-1. As Caleb had mentioned, 30 years old, 6'2", from Milton, Georgia, in the Atlanta area. 5 years with the White Sox, last 2 years with the Padres. And there's a foul off, went right back to the well with the slider, 2-2.
Yeah, one thing Blue Jays fans are going to get really used to is a bit of a unique windup and a release from Cease. He's got a very short arm action. That glove will kind of wrap around his body, hide it from the hitter, and then it's a slow, deliberate move with the body, but a very quick arm.
There's 99 miles an hour from Dylan Cease. It's a full count.
I was expecting to see that kind of 94, 95 that Arden was talking about. Just kind of ease into it. I think the juices are flowing for him right now.
Off pitch, high and outside, ball 4. With all the strikeouts for Cease, some walks as well. He walks Crawford.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Cease in today's game here in Dunedin. The outfield rounds out Sanchez, Varsho, and Lucas in right. Cowles, Andres Jimenez at shortstop, Clement at second, Guerrero Jr., Kirk behind the plate in this Grapefruit League spring training game.
Kyle Schwarber is the batter, and he'll take upstairs ball 1. Alejandro Kirk, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Ernie Clement, and Andres Jimenez from that defense. They are all going to the World Baseball Classic after the game today. So is Kyle Schwarber, who plays for Team USA. This is outside on the first curveball from Cease. Little bit of push and pull over the last couple years for Cease. 200 strikeouts or more each of the last 5 years. He's also led the majors in walks once. That came in 2022. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1.
Talking to Miles Straw about Cease today. He's faced him quite a bit. He said he thought he was 0 for the world against him. And I said, well, what is it about him? He said, well, he's got great stuff and he locates enough to really keep you in the zone. But there is a little bit of effective wildness in his game that makes it incredibly difficult up there.
Schwarber crushes one foul. Got out in front of 98. Might have dented building where the Blue Jay clubhouse is. It's 2-2.
And sometimes those at-bats are the most difficult, especially when you have a pitcher on the mound that has elite stuff and you want to be patient. You want to get him in the zone, but you also don't want just one crack at it because the stuff is so elite. You want to be aggressive. It's a very unique setup as a hitter.
Cease with a 2-2. Check swing, and the pitch is low, and Alejandro Kirk wants another look at it. Schwarber and Kirk chuckling a little bit. And all sorts short to the zone. That is a good challenge from Alejandro Kirk. And the first strikeout for Dylan Cease in Blue Jays blue.
It's a front hip two-seamer to Schwarber. And I asked Kirk about this pitch. He said he's really wanting to dial in that pitch. That front hip two-seamer starts right on the hip and then moves right back on the inner half. You can see Kirk, great presentation right there, and he was all over it.
Schwarber was going to head back to the dugout. Ended up doing it anyway. Here's Bryce Harper, the two-time MVP, once with the Phillies and once with the Nationals. Takes low. Why would a guy like Dylan Cease incorporate a sinker? What could that, I mean, he already had one, but why would he incorporate it more? What could that do for him?
I think it's protection against that really hard, late biting slider, especially to a left-hander. You're going to use that down and in portion with the slider. If you can work something off of that and tunnel it and use that lane, you're going to be successful. And what happens is it opens up that area for that down and in slider to keep them honest. A guy like Bryce Harper, that is a juice and a nitro zone for him down there, down and in. But if you can play that X game with two different pitches moving two different ways, you'll be in good shape.
1-1. Just inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. I think this is the exciting thing for the Blue Jays and for Dylan Cease potentially as well. There's been years where it's all come together for him. He was a Cy Young runner-up in 2022. It's 2-1. Runner takes off. Called strike. Throw down to second. And Justin Crawford slides in. Did he slide over? No, he didn't. The call is safe. Very speedy Justin Crawford, who stole 46 bases at AAA last year in 112 games. Swipes the bag there.
Hey, Brian.
Dylan Cease. You can see how it could turn into a guy that's an absolute monster and has been a monster in several seasons before. And it's up to Cease and Pete Walker and the whole Blue Jays staff to hone that in maybe a little more consistently. Swing and a miss. He punches out Harper right after getting Schwarber 2 down.
That's that hoppy velocity at the top of the zone. This is where he's going to primarily live, especially with 2 strikes after kind of throwing some stuff down and in. Look at the life on the fastball up top. So many hitters are going to be under that baseball. It rides so well, especially with that short arm action.
2 outs, both on strikeouts for Cease. His pitch to Edmundo Sosa drops in. And talking with Alejandro Kirk, a lot of attention on the slider, but he said he just loves the fastball. It explodes at the top, according to him. The 1 pitch is lifted down the right field line. Moving back, Nathan Lucas has room and makes the catch to end the inning. A scoreless frame in the books for Dylan Cease. With a pair of punch-outs, we'll see Springer, Jimenez, Guerrero when we return.